inside. There goes the 30-second board sideways. Get ready. Anytime within 5 seconds, we're ready to drop the gate. Tomac trying to get the hole shot. He's in front of Roczen. He will not be the first one to the hole shot line. That'll be Brayton. Brayton is in front. Here he comes. Oh, and Freezy gets a wheel in front of Tomac.
Oh, and you got to wonder, where is Ken Roczen, number 94 in the genuine Honda?
Savatgy right alongside on the 17.
Oh, Roczen's 10th.
Way back.
10th.
Oh, man, he's got a lot of work to do, Jeff. A lot of work.
Yeah, yeah, but Brayton and Freezy, with those Moto Concept Hondas out front, they have been looking great. Is it possible that one of them take the win here in this 12-lap super final? A little bit longer, 4 more laps to go.
Well, the one thing we know is an extra couple of laps won't hurt Tomac. He is as fit as any athlete in the world on a dirt bike.
And look at everybody just inside through this S-turn section. My, how it has changed from qualifying proud. Here comes Tomac.
Brees was one of the riders down in there. Freezy back inside, not done yet. Tomac has to battle along on the outside, feed him through that whoop section to get the position back from him. That'll move Tomac into second, and he's got Brayton, the Daytona winner, now in front of him.
Savatgy, Escoffier round out the top 5. Roczen up to 7th. He's going to have some more time to work through the pack here, but unless he makes something happen quickly, or Brayton is really stingy with his lead, Tomac has shown he has the ability to go to the front and check out. Easy Savatgy. Savatgy trying and up, not quite close enough to Freezy. Notice the different line here. You've got Brayton jumping through the whoops, Tomac skimming across the tops of the whoops. Neither one of these riders.
Tomac inside, new leader.
That was just too easy. I gotta be critical, like, come on, Brayton, this is for the win. You know, he just left the door wide open, and that's one thing about this track here tonight. It's about 3 feet wider than most Supercross tracks, so those 180-degree turns, like right here, it's just wide open, just so much room to execute the block pass like Tomac did right there.
Well, and to Eli's credit, he has a lot of respect for Justin. He ran him deep up into there, but he didn't get into him, Jeff.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, maybe Brayton's like, look, I'm trying to stay in my comfort zone. There's one main event left here, one race. Just want to keep it safe. I want to be consistent.
And here comes Roczen, number 94, up on the inside here. It's around Escoffier. He's got a long ways to go yet.
Well, so Roczen now 6.5 seconds behind your leader, Tomac. Closing in on the halfway point to race 3. But Jeff, look how tight it all is. I mean,
Jeff, this night it started off so well for Ken Roczen, winning his heat race, winning the Super Bowl. He looked like he was going to be the guy to beat here tonight, and it just all came apart in that first GP race.
It did, and maybe it changed the mindset a little bit, but also the starts. This is part of these Grand Prix races by having 3 final races, right? 3 that make up the GP. You have to be great off of each and every start. You can't just rely on just, you know, it's not just one time you got to execute it, but it's 3 in a row. Short turnaround for each time.
It's going to give everybody a lot to think about as they get ready to go to Melbourne next in 2 weeks.
And look where the points are at. As they run, Freezy is in a position to be second.
You talked about consistency, and Vince has had that, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has.
Brayton's last podium in a World Supercross race was a 3rd at Houston in 2021, and he might pull it off here tonight in Cardiff, Wales. There he is.
So Roczen has made up a little bit of time on your leader, like 0.3 of a second, but just not enough.
Savatgy trying to get a 3rd here in the super final. On board here with Subaros. Cedric's had a pretty good night all the way around, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would say so.
Solid night for the French
running 7th right now.
successful racing Supercross in France.
I'm not sure if you fans watching at home caught that, but watch what Tomac does when he hits that big 75-foot triple. With his left hand, he actually takes it off the grip and adjusts his clutch, so it adjusts the play or how the clutch works, and so has that set up nicely. Clutches and rear brakes really get tested here in World Championship Supercross. Look how close this is. Brayton and Savatgy, they're only 3 seconds separate Tomac, Brayton, and Savatgy.
And Savatgy going for a career best finish in World Supercross competition. His best so far to date was a 4th in Minneapolis in 2019. And to clarify a little bit more, Jeff, as we watch Savatgy catching up to Brayton here in this battle for second, the World Supercross Championship has been around for a while. It was a part of the AMA and FIM World Supercross Championship in the United States. They would run 2 races in Canada and for many years, and that qualified it as a World Championship. The difference now is this is the first time the series is actually going fully global and around the world. That's the big difference that we're doing here tonight.
Big difference.
That's why it's history.
It's a whole new beginning, and with about a little less than 3 laps to go here, Tomac doesn't have a very big lead, but he's on his way to sweeping this thing, Ralph.
He sure is.
I didn't predict that. I mean, obviously Tomac's the favorite coming in, but I'm saying because as good as Roczen's been, as fast as Roczen's been on that genuine Honda, I didn't think he'd win every race.
I thought, unlike you, I thought Kenny might steal one away from him. But boy, what a year Eli Tomac is having. It is just incredible. It is one for the history books and the memories.
All right, 3 to go. Savatgy fighting really hard to steal second away. See that blue flag waving? That's the FIM official. That blue flag signifies that to the riders out there, riders that are further down in the order, that they're being lapped by the lead group that comes around.
Quick guys coming through, and Brayton really pushing it through here. He knows Savatgy's on his tail. Only a couple of laps remaining here at the British Grand Prix for 2022.
Roczen's made his way past Freezy. You're going to see him just on the right side of your screen, coming into view right about there.
What can Joey do on Brayton here? Over the finish line jump.
And 2 to go. Brayton's riding that wide bike, being really stingy with those inside lines.
Well, he's not giving him up as easy as he did to Tomac earlier, is he?
Nah, don't leave the door open, that's for sure. Really slippery track. A couple of ruts out there, really easy to make a mistake. Tomac out front, he is so focused. Savatgy fighting hard for Rick Ware Racing. That white machine running third, trying to get past the Moto Concepts Honda of Brayton. Oh, did he leave the door open? Nope.
Savatgy inside, takes him high, and he's now moved himself into second place in front of Justin Brayton.
That was a good move. He just stayed on Brayton, just kept the pressure on, and Brayton once again just leave the door open just a tad bit right there.
Last lap.
Savatgy took advantage of it.
Last lap here at the British Grand Prix. Eli Tomac has run all 3 Grand Prix races perfectly here tonight.
Yeah, taking a little look over at the crowd, the fans here in Cardiff. I mean, got to think this is the best Supercross rider in the world at this point.
No doubt, maybe the best dirt bike rider in the world, period.
Yeah, he's proved it.
For Eli Tomac, he will have his 38th career win in World Supercross competition as he takes the victory here at the British Grand Prix. He is 4th all-time behind James Stewart with 51, Chad Reed with 44, Ryan Villapoto with 41, and just in front of the great Ryan Dungey, who has 34.
See a lot of camaraderie and respect for each other right there between the riders. I mean, Tomac, what a role he's been on. He's never going to forget 2022.
He's not going to want it to end, I can tell you that.
Right, right.
He's the only guy who's going to hate seeing New Year's Eve.
Yeah, there we go. right there.
And he knows he had to deal with Ken Roxon. Ken was tough all night long. If it wasn't for that